What do you think about this place?
This is what I was looking for. It's in the middle of a neighborhood, but it's a ghost town, which is cool. That's the post office. Hey everybody, Keith Dotson here with Teena in the tiny unincorporated community of Seale, Alabama. Population is less than 400 people. We're in the middle of a nice old neighborhood looking at what once must have been a main street, but it's now abandoned and left to ruins. I couldn't find a lot of history on these buildings. I'll tell you what I know, but it isn't much. So this will mostly be an atmospheric video documenting the experience of being in this place. I found random photographs of this collection of buildings as early as 2010, looking pretty much as they look now. We arrived here in late May and it was hot, humid, and very buggy. Bothersome gnats buzzing all around us as we tried to work. This was a feed and seed business called Stark's Farm Supplies. There used to be a sign above the awning where that white patch in the paint is. The two unpainted brick patches on the left and right were also signs for Purina brand products. None of this is listed on the National Register of Historic Places, although the nearby courthouse is listed and one historic home nearby is also listed. In the B-roll sequences, I showed you the old Silver Run corn mill ghost sign on this wall. Silver Run was the original name of the community from the 1850s until around 1872 when the town was officially renamed to Seale. The name Silver Run refers to a nearby creek. It's a shame the walls were built to last, but the roof was compromised, leaving it just a ruin. It's tough to read it now with all the vines, but this was called City Drugstore. It had a soda fountain inside too, from what I hear. Look at that gorgeous tile work. I don't have any information on what kind of store this would have been. It's got anchors for an awning like the old feed store on the end, but that's long gone now. It's got the old school mercantile store shelving along the walls, and that retail display says Vanity and Sink Installation and Repair Center, so I'd guess this was probably a hardware store, at least in its final years. And of course, we have the old post office building. In another video I watched about Seale, a local resident claimed that the post office was built around 1962 and operated until maybe the mid-90s. I haven't been able to verify those dates though. I really enjoyed shooting this location because it was quiet and no one bothered us. We had a shoot at a different location earlier in the day that was super busy with traffic and nosy locals. Not a pleasant experience. There's supposed to be an old red brick bank building nearby, but if it's still standing, we couldn't find it. So I've long wanted to make a panoramic view of a row of abandoned buildings, and I finally gave it a try here. I have to say the concept seemed fairly simple, but it turned out to be more complicated than I anticipated. I made a series of individual portraits looking straight on at each storefront. For good measure, I also made interim shots at the place where the buildings adjoined, but as it turns out, I didn't use those. Because of the angle of view of the architectural elements, like the awning, for example, I had to actually manually stitch the individual images together, making decisions about how to make the images fit together seamlessly. I'm extremely happy with the results, though. I shot these with my new Fujifilm GFX100S, and the final size is 40 inches tall by 132 inches wide. I also fully developed images of the individual buildings. I love the light I had on this evening. I wish I'd gotten here before the signs were removed from this one. Well, thanks for watching, y'all. I hope you enjoyed visiting Seale, Alabama with us. Be sure to visit my website at keithdotson.com.